Hi there and welcome to Vote Vero 2010. I'm your host Debbie Carson, online editor for VeroNews.com. Here with me today is Vero Beach City Council candidate Sabin Abell, who's running for the one-year term seat. Welcome, Sabe.
Well, thank you very much, Debbie.
Thank you for coming in and agreeing to answer a few questions for us. First question we have has to do with the tax abatement referendum. Vero Beach voters will be going to the polls and will be determining whether or not they want the city to offer tax incentives for new businesses or expanding businesses that bring in new jobs to the area. And we were wondering what your thoughts are on that referendum question.
I'm for it.
Simple as that?
Yes, I think it's a good idea, and if it gives anybody a chance to expand or to put a new business in here, it gives them a chance to get on their feet, and then the tax goes into effect after, I think it's 10 years, something of that nature. So yeah, I'm for it.
Okay. The second question we have has to do with the electric utility. As you know, the city has been transferring money from the electric utility fund to the general fund. We were wondering, if elected to council, if that's a practice that you would support or if it's something that you feel needs to be reassessed.
Well, the transfers are nothing more than what is being done certainly all over the state of Florida with different municipalities, and they have what is called enterprise funds, which is like the electric fund, the water, sewer, recreation. There's not much that comes out of recreation, the marina fund. And all of this helps keep the ad valorem tax rate down. And Vero Beach, the last I knew, and this goes back to one of the introductory courses that the League of Cities has for newly elected officials. And I've been to 2 of them, as most of the council has. Vero Beach is in the bottom quarter of ad valorem taxes. So the 196 or 7, whichever we have, is low. We'd like to keep it that way. The transfers from those enterprise funds allows the city to support what the people that come here like about the whole area. They like to have the recreation opportunities we have, the beaches, the parks. In fact, if we were to eliminate $2 million that are transferred every year from the enterprise funds to the recreation department, that would end the recreation department, as you know, in Vero Beach. So anybody that is saying that that's a problem, transferring funds, for instance, to the enterprise, to the recreation department, they don't know what's going on, because there have been studies done by the recreation department as to who's using the beaches and parks. 68% of the use is not residents of Vero Beach. It could be the county, it could be the tourists, which obviously this whole area survives on. And there is no way really to identify who might be tourist and who might be county, because there are many people here with license plates from out of state. And so, anyway, I just think that it's a healthy thing to do. And these enterprise funds, the electric utility, the water, sewer, they are assets of the taxpayers of Vero Beach. So I think if it helps keep those departments alive and keeps the people very happy with what we're doing here, what the city is doing here, I'm all for it.
Fair enough. Our last question for you, as I'm sure you're aware, the Vero Beach Electric Utility does tend to generate a good amount of public discussion and debate. Mm-hmm. We're wondering, what other issues do you feel are important to the citizens of Vero Beach, and if elected back to council, what would you plan to, how would you address those issues?
Well, one of the other hot topics at the moment is water and sewer. There has been an effort by the county to offer an opportunity, I guess, to the city for joining forces, but the city also supplies to Indian River Shores. This is something that's being studied for at least a year that I'm aware of. The county has not come back with exact costs of what it might be for us to join with them, for them to take over, for maybe us to take over part of theirs. The Indian River Shores has indicated to both the city and the county that they're interested in coming up with some solution. And we recently agreed Tuesday at a meeting to continue discussion with the town of Indian River Shores. They had a deadline, October 8, which they would like to hear from the county and the city. We met that deadline. I think that there may be opportunities for getting together with the county, but the costs have not been spelled out. And I find that very, very interesting, because I think there's plenty of reason why their water and sewer facility was expanded here, I think in the last 3 or 4 years, maybe 4 years. And the reason it was expanded is because of the tremendous amount of housing units that were being proposed. I think the number ranged between 20 and 30,000 units. They had to be ready depending upon how those units got built and what time frame. And then I remember that in the discussion I had with the head of the water and sewer operation, that they also added 10 or 20% for future, what would I say, for a safety valve. And so they're missing a lot of customers that they planned on. So there is a need for them to kind of fill that use. I think also what needs to be addressed is if those customers come back in a period of 5 or 10 years, where does that leave any opportunity, or have they, if we were to go with them, is that going to fill up their system? It's hard to say. So there's a lot of discussion yet to be done. I think the Indian River Shores possibility is a good one. I think also the other things that are worth thinking about are police protection, which we have. I think people recognize that we have a good police department. And so other issues could be police, recreation, just keeping Vero Beach what it is, which is a pretty nice little gym.
Great. Well, those are all the questions that we have for you today. Again, thank you very much for sitting down with us and answering those questions.
Well, thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, and we wish you and all the other Vero Beach City Council candidates the best of luck this November.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.